was posted in colors. I'm glad everybody came out today to honor Michael. We have a few speakers, but before we have that, I would like to have a moment of silence, please, for all those that gave their lives and for all those that are still serving.
Cover.
Thank you. We have a few guest speakers. I'd be honored to have them come up and say a few things. We'll start with Charlie Bruner. He would please. He's agreed to join us in the program today.
Thanks, Mike, and it's certainly my pleasure to be here on this momentous occasion. To honor folks that make it so that we can do this kind of thing, keep our freedom. There's certainly a lot of things going on in the world right now that we have folks like Michael that are in foreign countries in harm's way, and just making sure that our freedom is protected. Michael was taken way too soon. I was surprised at how highly decorated he was. Certainly the definition of a true American hero. And we're here to honor Michael today, and his family is here as well. We had Michael's mother and his grandmother down in Lansing for a special ceremony on the House of Representatives floor. And so we're very happy to do that. And I think today is very momentous because we're doing something to make sure that we never forget Michael Cathcart and the other folks that are on this wall behind me. Oftentimes when I stop here at the county building, I walk up and my Uncle Manuel Brunner is on this wall. He was killed in the D-Day conflict. And this really makes sure that these folks that left their home, their family, went to foreign countries, many of them, that we never forget. And this makes sure that we will never forget Michael Cathcart, and we will always honor him. So I thank you all for being here today. This is a great occasion, and I know I'm extremely happy to be here on behalf of the folks of the 96th District and the state of Michigan. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. I'd like to also ask Vaughn Begic from the County Commission to please say a few words. He's always been a staunch supporter of us, no matter what. Vaughn.
Thank you to the family for Michael's service. Today's Armed Forces Day, as many of you know, and we recognize the Armed Forces. I was listening on the radio the other day, and there's only a small percentage of people who have been in the service, but they've done a lot of good for our country, protected our freedom. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and when I came home, there wasn't a lot of recognition for us, and we've sort of been living with that for the last 40, 50 years. And I've had the chance to take some veterans out to Washington, D.C., and they always appreciate people coming up to them and saying, thank you for your service. My dad was a World War II vet, and we took him out to the memorial a few years ago and really appreciated all the people thanking them for their service. So we thank the Cathcart family for the dedication of their son, and I know it's a hard time for them. We will be honoring his memory on Thursday at the Senate in Lansing also, and have a memorial service then too. But thank you again for his service.
Thank you, Vaughn. And we also would like to invite the mayor up. I do believe he has a proclamation for him to read. As always, the Bay City has always been a big supporter of veterans.
Thanks, Mike. This is a proclamation from the city of Bay City that we prepared last November. And I'm going to read it to you. I think it's important. It's meaningful. Whereas on behalf of the city of Bay City, we wish to extend our sincere condolences over the passing of Sergeant First Class Michael A. Cathcart, who was enlisted in the United States Army, where he was assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 3rd Special Forces Group Airborne and Green Berets out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Whereas the City of Bay City and its residents remember Michael, who was born in Bay City on July 26, 1983, and graduated from Bay City Central High in 2001. His life was cut short on November 14, 2014 during dismounted combat operations in Afghanistan. Whereas Michael's death leaves our community with a deep feeling of sorrow for the loss of such an honored and respected soldier and citizen. Michael received many awards, including 4 Bronze Star medals, 2 Purple Hearts, a Meritorious Service Medal, 4 Army Commendation Medals, 2 Army Achievement Medals, 4 Army Good Conduct Medals, a National Defense Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Stars, Iraq Campaign Medal with 4 Bronze Stars, Global War on Terrorism Medal, 3 Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Ribbons, an Army Service Ribbon, an Overseas Service Ribbon, a NATO Medal, a Special Forces Tab, Combat Infantryman Badge, Military Master Free Fall Parachutist Jump Master Badge, a Master Parachutist Badge, and finally the Air Assault Badge. It is with great pride that we recognize Michael Cathcart as a true American hero that has touched the hearts of his fellow soldiers and has been an inspiration of perseverance, loyalty, and courage to all. Now therefore, I, Christopher Shannon, the Mayor of Bay City, on behalf of all of the citizens in Bay City, extend our sincere sympathies upon Michael's passing, and we proclaim this as a day of remembrance in Bay City. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That's very fitting. As you can see, true hero. As always, men and women who serve in the military leave their families behind to protect all our liberties, and we must never forget them, and we must never forget the families for what they were going through either. At this time, I'd like to introduce Melissa Alex. She's got a lot of hats she wears, but today she's here as Melissa.
Today we are taking some time to remember those who have died in the service of the United States Armed Forces. With Memorial Day upon us, our thoughts turn to the brave soldiers who have died while serving the military, enabling us to enjoy our continued freedom. Spend some time during this holiday praying for your fallen heroes and their families. There can be no question, the price of our freedom in the United States is high. From our earliest roots as a country, battles and blood have been the currency that paid for the precious freedoms we live, worship, and speak as we see fit. Our parents, our siblings, our friends, our sons, our daughters, all have given their lives, and while we'll never truly forget, this is a time for us to come together by praying for our fallen soldiers and remember the price of our hard-won freedoms. Soldiers are asked to make the ultimate sacrifice. It takes an incredible person to face the possibility of war and death. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for his friends. We thank the brave souls willing to make such a sacrifice for our country. Sadly, we add another hero to the list, Sergeant First Class Michael Cathcart. By adding his name to the wall today, we honor him, the sacrifices he has made, forever etched into this wall that bears the names of many more heroes from our community that will never be forgotten.
Honor Guard, firing squad, attention! Honor Guard, present arm! Firing squad, half left space! Prepare to volley! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Half right base, present arms, fielders, sound off!
Thank you everyone for coming. We're going to let the Cathcart family stay up close, but you guys are more than welcome to stay. They're going to do the etching now. It'll take about 15 minutes. Thank you.
I got it before.
As long as everybody's still here, Tricia has agreed to say a few words or read something. So while we take a little break from the etching, she would like to say a few words.
I'm dying! Going home! Banana tennis shoes!
I can't wear heels.
Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael's little sister. And a little bit of background on all of this. My brother left an envelope to me before he died, and I wasn't supposed to open it unless he died. And naturally, I just kind of threw it on top of a bookshelf and forgot about it because I thought, well, he's done this 6 other times, and this was his shortest deployment and his final deployment, so why would this be any different? So it was kind of nice though to have, because it was sort of like he said goodbye. And I just like to read a paragraph out of the packet that he left. And for those of you who are at the showing, it's the same. All right. So with Memorial Day upon us, I think it's important to remember that Michael just wasn't a soldier, that he was, a person that many of us loved and miss. And this is kind of his own way of speaking. Speaking when he's not here, but he still speaks. All right. So obviously you are opening this for bad reasons, but there are worse things in life. Those who refuse to stand up for anything. I would rather live and die 1,000 battles and carry the burden of the violence that is required to keep the evils of the world from spilling over than take life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for granted. Someone needs to stand up to the task, and I have always felt that war came very natural to me, as weird as that sounds. Invading Iraq in 2003 showed me where most men turn or become weary. I knew it needed to be done. The answer to one's capabilities of this task can only be discovered in the direct action it is correlated with. No amount of training or posturing can assist beyond the smallest amount. There is not practice or hidden trait for this. You either have it or you don't, but you also don't get to choose it either. It's a blessing and a curse, one that I had 13 years to embrace the experiences that come along with the job. But another thing you should know, the military is not all that I am. It does not define me. It is only the means to serve. So that's just a little blurb from Michael.
Thank you very much. That's all inspiring to know a young man like that, without regard to his safety, he'll be forever young. He did give his life for his country, and his family loves him dearly. And I think each and every one of us do. So thanks again.
Well, have a nice weekend, Juan.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah.